Arkadaşlar hava keselerini görüyorsunuz. Onu söylüyor.
It is possible to reach the guttural pouch with the scope, but you have to use the transendoscopic wire to help yourself to go inside. Okay?
Genelde içeriği görüntülemek için sadece bir uç kullanıyoruz arkadaşlar.
So,
Oradan hava keselerinin içine girebiliriz. Eğer herhangi bir şekilde şey varsa.
the bottom of our picture, this is the soft palate. And the structures that you can see here are the larynx. The triangle structure is the epiglottis. And
Bunları biliyorsunuz zaten arkadaşlar. Epiglottis'i görüyorsunuz.
And the other structures are arytenoid cartilages. And the black hole, it's sorry?
I'll make it brief so that they can see it.
Okay. And the black hole is the entrance to the trachea of the horse. It's important to remind that the entrance to the esophagus is up to the dorsal commissure of the arytenoid cartilages, because this is the place where the airways are crossing the digestive tract. Okay? Now the esophagus will be upper and the trachea will be lower. Will be below.
Do you want to have a look in the trachea?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You could see the swallowing just now, and the only pathological, very small pathology, what we can see here, can you go back a bit? Is that mucosal structure, which is just a small enlargement of a lymphoid tissue. Now we will go first to the trachea to show you how it looks like. You can see the vocal folds very nicely, and the trachea, which is permanently open structure, of course. You can recognize the tracheal rings, and there is no fluid inside except of this small lake with a white mucus. After the transport, it's quite common, but it can be also the sign of the inflammation. You can reach with that scope the bifurcation of the left and right bronchus. You can see on the right side the accessory bronchus 2, which is predisposition for the worse aspiration pneumonia on the right. With that scope, it will be possible to reach at least the second degree bronchi, but it's better to have the lower diameter to do the bronchoalveolar lavage. What we are evaluating here is the sharpness of the bifurcation, as well as the possible mucus or some strange tissue that can come from the bronchial tree.
Cerrahi bilgi arkadaşlar açık bir organ, yani bize varmış bir kaslar bir yapıya sahip değil, o nedenle rahatça girdik. Arada biraz köpük vardı, o belki bir seyahat yapan hayvanlarca görülür, normal diyor. Ama aynı zamanda bilmiyorum ne görüntüsü olarak girdi. Çünkü kasyo bölgesine kadar geldik, hiçbir mevzu görülmedi. Üstte şu kenarda bir şey var, özellikle lavaj yapılacaksa ayrıntısı diğer loba giriş şurada. Oradan da girilebilir ama şu kullandığımız tüp daha iyi olmalı, lavaj yapılacak. O bifurkasyon bölgesinde herhangi bir lezyon, özellikle lezyon yönüne çok bakıyor. Oralarda yangı belirtisi görülebilir ya da diğer herhangi bir bozukluk gördüğünüz aşk olaraksa olabilir. Ona dikkat edin.
So we are moving back to the nasopharynx.
Geri gidiyoruz nasopharynx'e.
And we will try to provoke the horse to the swallowing, to go to the esophagus. It's better.
Yutma refleksini uyarmak suretiyle esophagusa girmeye çalışacağız.
It's better to do it when the head is flexed.
Yani başı eğikle yapmak daha uygun. Touching tongue, maybe,
No, better not tongue, because then we will be, yeah. Now we are in the esophagus. Can you stop for a second? when we are examining the esophagus, it's much better to do it on the way back, not on the way into the stomach, because the equine esophagus, as the other esophagi, is laid in the longitudinal folds, and when I'm putting the air in, I'm just touching the mucosa and it's not well visible. It's perfectly visible here, but it's better to go back and put the air in. So we will go into the stomach first and then we will examine the esophagus.
Esophagusa giderken o şeyden dolayı, muhtemelen dolayı görüntü bozukluğu oluyor. Onun için biraz ilerleyip daha sonra geri gelip ondan sonra esophagusa bakmamız lazım. Çünkü orada sıvı falan da veriyoruz.
The mucosa is the same as on the non-glandular part of the stomach. The length from the nostril to the stomach in this horse will be, will be 1 meter 80-90 centimeters. That we can prove on the scope because you have a centimeters there. Unfortunately, the horse has not been starved properly, so what we can see is the dorsal part of the stomach on the bottom of the screen, which is there is a non-glandular mucosa, and it's called saccus cecus, and you can see nicely that there is a lot of roughage which looks like a balloon because it's chewed and the stomach made it as a balloon shape structure.
Evet, aç bırakılmamış, onun için içerisinde gıdayı görüyoruz.
So, the most what we can see is the margo plicatus, and we are on the large curvature now, and you can see that the margo plicatus is normal as well as visible non-glandular and glandular part. But
Glandular ve non-glandular olan bölgeler bakıyoruz. Belli zaten. Bunlarda herhangi bir lezyon yok. Normal görünüyor.
in such a situation that the stomach is full of a solid food, we are not able to reach the pyloric antrum on the pylorus because this precludes the passing the scope into that region.
Dolu olduğu için priorite geçemiyoruz.
We can try.
Göremiyoruz diye.
We will try it, but we can't promise.
No.
I don't think so.
We have to, the only thing is we can go above.
To see it from
To try to. Can somebody get me some tissue from there? Yeah.
That is okay. You can try.
I mean, it's not ideal for that.
Yeah, do you have a paper tissue, some of you? Okay, so, there is a nice picture, please watch it. You can see us, that we are entering the stomach within the cardia, and we are curving like this, just to see the fundus of the stomach. Which is fulfilled with a solid food. But at least a half of the margo plicatus is visible now, and you can see that even the small curvature, the margo plicatus is very nice, no problem.
We're trying to go
light more.
Son damızda bir uçtan görüyoruz gibi.
More light.
try to go down.
Yeah, we can try. But I think it's not really possible. Perfect, that's what we expected. No, we are not able from this position to do so. Not really. It's okay. No. I don't think so. Good. So stop for a second. Now you have a better view to the small curvature and to us, and you can see from a short distance that the margoplicatus is okay. The small curves that are here are normal, are physiological. Oops. Touched. Plug it again, please. Thank you.
It's a computer, it hates if you do that.
Super, thank you so much. So, in case that the stomach is empty, we can reach the pylorus and the duodenum, but now I don't think so that we can show you anymore. So, we will put the air out of the stomach. Can you go a bit out?
Evet. Dolu olduğu için gösteremiyoruz.
Just do not provoke any discomfort. When I'm suckling the air bag, I normally try to direct the tip of the scope the most dorsally. Do not suckle the pieces of the food because it can obstruct the working channel.
Yaparken içerisinde kalmış olan gıdaları emmesi diye dikkat ediyorum diyor. Havayı geri almak gerekiyor.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Yeah, it's working because the solid food is coming up, how the air is coming out of the stomach. And you can see that the other organs are just pressing the empty lumen.
Sönüyor, sönüyor organların yüzüne hava vermiş. Geri alıyor. Buralarına yavaş yavaş.
That's enough, and now we can examine the esophagus.
Şimdi özefagusa bakmamız gerekiyor.
Give me a second.